I guess we didn't really think this plan through. I don't have my phone to tell him that I'm ready for him to come pick me up. Actually, hey, check this out. This is cool from the old logging days. Look at this. That's heavy duty. Two great big coils of old chain here. Yeah, this river was a highway for logging back at the turn of the century, 1800s, 1880s to 1920s. That is a heavy, heavy duty chain. Ugh. In we go. Mission success.
Caught me pissing off the back of the boat.
Oh, I don't know. So if you guys see Grant's teeny weeny worm there, then hey.
Then he better do a better job editing it or it'll be a big lawsuit.
You can also use it to chum the waters if it... Oh, you know what? That's my dessert. I brought a hamburger.
Popcorn.
Yep, popcorn flavor. You nailed it. Nothing like a cold cheeseburger. Can't keep his hands off my nuts.
I just had my nuts in my hand. Told you that.
He's eating out of my... You jerk. Ready? Hey, hold on. Ready? All right, we're gonna do a little water session, spirit box at the old man's camp. We'll do it right here on the dock. Another big water dock spider.
Oh yeah, they love that
shit. Dock spiders.
We're getting out now.
Oh. Here, throw me that. Oh, I'm getting full shiver down the back of my neck. We're tying up the boat to the dock. I forgot that the DJI was running on my chest, and in a quiet moment of nothing happening, we get a voice comes through, and it says, "Kill." There is a dark entity up at that camp, guys. We have felt it the entirety of owning that property. Numerous people have woken up with dreams of being choked or suffocated. There's a darkness there. You feel it. I see my dad get super negative when he would go up there when we were younger sometimes. It affects people. And my dad, and I know Grant and I as well, are susceptible to that. There's something negative up there. And this word that comes through scares me, but doesn't really surprise me. Okay, the first mission here after we tie up is we're going to go check and see if there's any beer in the camp. We'll leave the old man our empties and our garbage so he knows we were here. He's got to have something to grumble about. And we'll steal a couple beer if there's any. They could film a horror movie here, I'm pretty sure. We've got our new bunkie we built a few years back over there, which never got finished. Then we got the 1959 original camp here. Look at that lock. That's an oldie. Well, it appears that after 35 years of coming up here, the old man has moved the key so that we can't get in the camp.
Okay, well that's he's lazy, so I'm sure within 3 minutes we can figure out where he's
I know. Okay, Grant and I are having a conversation, and there's clearly an EVP that talks over Grant. We're saying that Dad's moved the key to the camp, we can't find it, we can't get in, and I'm pretty sure the voice says, hiding spot. This is probably one of the best pieces of evidence I've got where there's a voice over top as Grant's talking, so there's no denying. You can hear this. I might be wrong on what it's saying, but there's a voice there. The important part is that there's a voice there at all. Where is it coming from? Who is it coming from? I'm listening as Grant's telling me something, and recorded, we didn't hear it with our ears, recorded on the camcorder is this voice.
Minutes we can figure out where he's
Oh, I checked the barbecue already because I thought where are the go-to spots? Under a rock or under a pail or something right here. Okay. We'll find it. We'll get back to you. Well, it's not under the mat. It's not in the barbecue.
The other place he's got to go is over here for the propane, right? He's lazy. So probably on this side.
Under the propane tank?
No, but I'm thinking a windowsill or something here.
Alright, we've been foiled by the old man. We could go through the back. There's an opening and a ladder, but I'm not going to bother. In the off chance that there's a 6-month-old beer in there, nah, not going to bother. Alright, let's do a water session on the dock.
Ouch.
And get back to some fishing. Yeah, the bugs are terrible in here right now. But if we ever get around to filming that horror movie I keep wanting to do, we'll end up doing it up here. I'm going to name your boat the SS Leaks a Lot.
Doesn't leak. Comes over the side when we're driving. Bad design.
What brand is it?
Tracker.
There you go, folks. Don't buy a tracker. Okay, so Grant's going to do a water session here. You guys will have to go to his channel to see what he gets for spirit responses on that. Optimal frequency.
This might need to be closer. I don't know.
Yeah, I got the first question.
Okay, ask away.
What is the entity up here at the camp that suffocates people when they're sleeping? Is it just old human spirits from the families that were up here in the 1940s and 50s?
Or is it another tribal entity brought in by the tribes from the 1700s to protect the land? But I really think the first question should have been, where did the old man hide the key?
Is there beer in the camp?
Did he do it to spite us because he didn't want us going in there because he's so cranky? And how do you spirits feel about his disposition? Hear that voice?
Did hear something. Are we going to catch any fish?
What was the name of the family that owned the camp back in the 1950s?
Le Frambois, wasn't it?
It's on a sign over there in the bush.
I think it's Le Frambois. En français. Parlez-vous français?
Comment ça va?
Come through that box there and speak French.
What do you guys think of the way that Dad let the camp and the property run down?
Was it shameful? Or it is just what it is?
I bet there were a lot of parties and good times up here back then.
We had a lot of good years up here.
Yeah, a lot of good fishing trips up here. You know, the word that came to my mind, and I believe they probably said it, was family. When I was talking about the original guys that owned the camp and the time they spent up here, family was what it was all about. Is that right?
Is there a Bigfoot up in these woods?
I believe there is. Old growth forest behind the camp.
What is it, 20 or 30 kilometers straight across over to Temagami?
27 kilometers to Brian's camp, as the crow flies.
Bigfoot could cover that in how many days?
2.
I was asking them. The spirits have a message for us.
There's another response. Sounded like the same voice.
Yeah, it did sound like the same voice.
Who's coming through the box? Say your name.
That was very clear, and not a surprise to anyone who watches this channel regularly. This is about the 500th time that Doug has come through. He is trying to contact us, and I'm getting full shivers right now going down my arms. On the Hack Shack, no less, saying his name.
Okay, well, we obviously have somebody here communicating with us. Beautiful day, isn't it?
Fishing just like old times. You can cut this next question out if, did you guys like f***ing up here back in the 50s? Whoa.
You need to beep that one out.
In the 50s. A lot of fornication going on up here along the river back in the 50s.
Here's your intro. Was that rude or was that funny?
Gotta have a sense of humor. Tell us a joke. I get the feeling they just made a joke about where the key is, or something to do about the key.
I can't explain that, guys. That is 100% psychic intuition. There is nothing recorded there that we would have heard with our own ears. There's just a break in the static, and it clearly to me sounds like they're saying moved the key. And then I'm talking to Grant saying, you know, I got a feeling they're joking about moving the key. And when I'm listening to this in the editing process, I hear that. So to me, that's somehow they're communicating to me subconsciously there. I don't know how I knew that, guys, but they talked about it and I pointed it out real time.
Because Is one of these dock spiders gonna hide in Grant's boat and end up in his bed tonight?
Alright, my hand's getting tired holding this camera. Last message to you on the water kettle.
Let's send out some light to them and their family. May peace find you wherever you are.
Sunny days and good fishing. Maybe cloudy, a little overcast is good for the fish.
There's the bad design right there that he's talking about. Water was, it's coming in and down the back wall. Right there. Oh, it could be anything living up here in the woods. Old growth forest. Well, you spirits want to talk to us because the fishing ain't no hell. Haven't even had a bite. I like to run my trolling motor when I come up here now and just listen to the birds.
I like to suck on the gas. Rev her up once in a while.
Till it stalls. Like I said, it ain't no Evinrude. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. All right, first fish.
Could be a pike. Feels pretty good. Like, not bad.
Let me get my line in. You're turning here.
Seen it.
Pike.
Probably just want to remove the hook from him right there in the water, don't you think? There he goes.
All right, we got the first fish, a 3-pound little pike. We let him go. Hey, so the fish finder is showing 25 feet deep out here off the shoal, some fish down there. We're gonna go back over it, drift over it, and try jigging. All right, we'll try this little jig here. Grant's gonna try this one with the salmon egg white special. All right, I just jigged something here, a little bass maybe. Oh, yeah, it was tiny.
Little rock bass.
Little rock bass, yeah. I swear that was a fish. Turn the motor the other way. Ah, I'm snagged. What do you think? Maybe enough of this jigging, back to trolling? You spirits have a preference? The whole mountainsides are covered in pollen from all these old spruce and pine. It's just making clouds coming down the river.
Did you catch that? There's another female voice right there, clear as can be. If you're not really paying attention, you would just think it's a background noise from the boat, this, that, the other, but it's not. It's voices. It's female. It says something dirty. I'll put it on the screen. To the best of my ability, it says something dirty. Here's what it says. No context to this, other than we were talking about them screwing on the dock in 1950 back at Dad's camp, so maybe it's a carryover from that conversation? I don't know. Something tells me she was a good wife.
Okay. think I'm gonna lose this one.
It's getting hot now.
All right, we'll switch to a shad. We'll see if that works. Oh, there was one right away. I just turned it on. All right, is it nap time? Getting pretty hot out here.
Yeah, I say we go to the river and pack it in.
All right, we're gonna head over to the river. We might get a big pike. The water was running really high over there, so there's the creek runs into the river here, so we'll go try it. Well, we'll try a few casts at the mouth of the creek here. Sometimes there's big pike just sitting in here. They like to catch all the small fish. There's speckled trout in that creek, actually. Got one. Yep. Oh, jeez.
We could have a good feed of bass out of here, you know.
Okay, can let him go.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Lunker.
That's probably close to 4.5 pounds, man.
Right in there. That's where I had the first one.
Yeah, that's where I just got the second one too. Exact same spot.
There. Yep. Oh, nice one. Even better than the first one. Even better than the first one. Are you recording? Oh, he's just fighting harder. I think he's smaller.
Cold water, they're fighting good.
Oh, he's a good size. I got him. I don't need to win. There he goes.
I got a little one. They're getting smaller every cast. The big ones had their feed, and now the small ones are.
I got more to go.